Welcome back for another video. What are the top all-time FPL managers doing this game week? It's a quick turnaround with the Tuesday deadline. The managers in this series have finished in the top 10k 620 times between them, top 1k 58 times, top 100 in the world 5 times, and one FPL world champion that's won it all. If there's one video you don't want to miss each week, it's this one. Hit subscribe so you can benefit from these each game week. Our top ranked expert remains Jamie McDonald, though he was pretty unfortunate not to have any of the big hitters last game week. He finished on 46 points all out. That was a red arrow to 253rd in the world. 42 points was the global average, which he did beat, but at those really top ranks you just need consistently great scores to stay up, and that's not easy. The average expert score was 52. Well done if you managed to beat them. This week, 68% are planning to roll, 18% making one transfer, 13% are making two, and there's one wildcard active. We'll take a look at the wildcard later from a multiple top 10k finisher. It is an awkward game week, this one, isn't it? Like, you've got Arsenal and Liverpool facing each other, which makes the assets from both teams less appealing. Brighton have got Man City away, for example, so like Verbruggen, Van Heck sort of assets look no good, or if you've got any Brighton attackers. Man United have sacked Amram this morning. That's an interesting one. What will we see from them against Burnley? Let's take a look at the top transfers in and out the experts are making this week. The number one transfer in once again is Gabriel, the only defender on 100 plus points so far, a 15 and a 9 pointer on his return from injury. Liverpool are one of the only two teams to beat Arsenal this season though. The other one was Aston Villa. 12% are buying Gabriel, and then it's Watkins, Tavernier and Rice joint second. Tavernier is someone that's right up there on my watch list. He's taken 33 corners this season, plus he's taken 4 direct free kicks, and there's even an outside chance of penalties, especially when Kluivert's not on the pitch. And look at the fixture run from Gameweek 24 for Bournemouth. He's only 5.6 mil. The run is Wolves, Villa, Everton, West Ham, Sunderland, Brentford, Burnley and Man United. He's been playing centre mid due to injuries recently, but he'll be back on the wing soon in all likelihood, especially after Semenyo leaves. 3% are buying Tarkowski, Bowen, Mane and Rodgers. It was a hell of a performance from 4.5 mil forward Mane last week. 12 pointer for him. Mane and Kruppi are the best super cheap forwards that will get decent minutes. Or if he shaves some money off, then you can go with Barnes or Gu or Obi for 4.2 mil if you're happy to save that money and basically have a dead spot for last on your bench. Van Dijk is therefore the most sold this week, 9% getting rid, followed by 8% selling Ekitike, so most of them are actually still holding on to Ekitike despite the flag and despite the Arsenal game. They obviously want that Burnley home fixture and then look to sell. 5% are selling Minte and Raya. It's time to get rid of Hincapia as well. I mean, unless Calafiori is confirmed out again versus Liverpool, then he'll probably get another game in left back. It's a pretty wide spread of players in and out this week. There really is no obvious players to target, which I guess also explains lots of role transfers. If in doubt, do nothing. We've got our first chip of the second half of the season. It's one wildcard active. Stephen Wade is the manager that's activated it, with a few top 10Ks to his name as well. It's a super early wildcard, and always when a manager's got a chip active, I ask what was the reasoning to use it this week and why the players you've picked. So he's gone with Donnarumma, Chow, Gabriel Tarkowski, Bruno G, Palmer, Cherky, Rodgers, Bowen, Haaland and Watkins, and his bench is Dubravka, Devaney, Alderete and Gudmundsson. I made the call on Saturday morning to use my wildcard earlier than planned due to a number of injury issues in my team and a lot of fixture swings coming up. This still feels like a bit of a strange decision given that I've come off the back of a couple of good game weeks, but I feel like I've been riding my luck with some of the points I've been getting recently, and things change quickly in FPL. I've kept Donnarumma in goal, even though I'd initially gone with Sanchez due to Chelsea's strong fixtures, but after him not being in the squad against City, he's too much of a risk. Gabriel's a no-brainer as the best defender in the game for clean sheets and attacking returns. I had picked Chow before he played over the weekend, which now seems even more justified given his points against Palace. Tarkowski has nice upcoming fixtures and he's great for DEFCON, where I think Everton are going to bounce after losing to Brentford. Bruno G has been great for me the last 2 weeks and he's nailed in the Newcastle team. Cherky and Palmer are two of the most creative and exciting players in the league, with Chelsea's fixtures now turning, so hopefully Palmer can outscore Saka over the coming weeks. Rodgers and Watkins have both hit form for Villa, with Haaland still being a keep in my opinion, even with a slight goal drought. Bowen has great upcoming fixtures too, and he's capable of going on the run, even in a poor West Ham team. My bench is relatively weak, but I always try to have the strongest 11 playing to avoid benching headaches from week to week. Hopefully the early wildcard will pay off. Thanks for sending, Stephen. Best of luck on the wildcard. Captaincy next, and we'll skim straight over this. It's 100% consensus on Haaland against Brighton at the Etihad. Wait, by the way, how good does Wednesday night's fixtures look? We've got 8 games on at the same time, which is going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be absolute chaos as well to keep up with what's going, that's for sure. Good luck all. Let's move on to the experts team for Gameweek 21, and there's a few changes to the team. For the first time in a very long time, there's a change in goal. It's Dubravka starting. In defence, it's Dorgu, Gabriel and Timber. In midfield, it's Foden, Cunha, Saka, Wilson and Szoboszlai. And up front, it's Ekitike and Haaland. So the benches for Verbruggen, Alderete, Anderson and Gue. So Wilson, Alderete, Gabriel and Verbruggen all join the team. Obviously Verbruggen joins right when he's playing City, so he's dropped to the bench. Raya drops out to free up that third Arsenal slot for Gabriel. It's a week where the majority of us are going to look at our teams and think, oh, that looks awful. I've got some players here that really have bad fixtures, but we're all in the same boat. It may not be worth spending transfers for minor gains this week when there are other upcoming game weeks that look maybe more important in terms of fixture swings to target, in terms of good and bad fixture swings. You know, like Cunha's fixtures are terrible after this week. There's Chelsea's run from Gameweek 24 is the best run you'll see all season. Obviously you want to get Bruno back in when Man United's fixtures look better again in Gameweek 24. New coach by then. Ekitike a possible sell after the Burnley game as well if you are keeping hold. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and maybe this isn't the week to spend transfers to make small gains, but we'll have to see what happens. Just to make it even more awkward as well, Arsenal and Liverpool's press conference is going to be after the deadline, so we're not going to know what Nketiah's chances are of playing left back again, or if Ekitike is okay or not. It sounds like he probably should be okay, but who knows. Going back to the start of the video, 68% are rolling, despite all these little issues this week. Like, what would you rather? You spend some transfers this week and it gains you 5 points in the field, and then you spend one transfer you've got left next week for another 5 points gain, or you lose 5 this week by rolling, and then you spend transfers and gain 20 next week. Not the best example, but you get the point there. Short-term loss, long-term gain potentially. FPL is a game of horizons and game-week windows, not just 1 week. Final thoughts and tips next. Here's what the top all-time managers had to say for Gameweek 21. FPL Mark says the current plan is to roll 1 free transfer till Gameweek 22, and then I'll use that transfer to bring Gabriel in, and the other one will be to sell Raya or Saka. I need to decide if I want double Arsenal defence or attack by then, which will stipulate who I sell from Arsenal to free up the space for Gabriel. Charlie Lindstrom says, it's time to take Watkins seriously again. He looks back to his old self and full of confidence. Villa have already played Arsenal twice, and they don't play Liverpool or City until the last 2 games of the season. So I'm bringing him in this week for the absent Ekitike, and I'm looking at him as a long-term hold. Munpal Man says it feels like one of the most important weeks of the season to roll. FPL Alternative had some major bench pain last week. I'm still recovering from benching a Thiago hat-trick, so it's not easy to consider the next game week likely a roll. I'm tempted by Mane, but bringing him in now would only give me a benching headache, so keep calm and roll on. Oh, and I will start Thiago this week, so a rest isn't coming. Guido Batista says, bringing in Rice a few weeks ago and holding him last week for his haul, when most sold, has helped me gain lots of ground. He has returned well basically every week since I free hit him out when he missed the Villa game anyway. I'm really happy to be on double attack with Saka and go against 20% or so effective ownership of the Arsenal defence every week instead of having double defence, as Gabriel is the most likely that the other 4 in Arsenal's back line, including Raya, to get extra points, attacking returns or defcon. I feel a lot of weeks you can make that difference up anyway, even if they keep a clean sheet. Thanks very much for watching. I'll be live on Tuesday evening for the usual deadline stream. Make sure you come join us. See you soon for the next one.